wrestlingproducts.com. And at 157, we've got David Taylor up against Derek St. John. Very anticipated. David Taylor, has he been anything but unbelievable all year? So many major decisions, pins. Very, very seldom does he just win by a decision. 25-0, this freshman.
David wrestles like a lightweight, which he was through his whole high school career, like 112, 119. But he just got on this growth spurt, redshirted last year. Now he's at 57. He's not done growing. He thinks he'll be probably even up a weight even next year.
But Taylor certainly has been the talk of college wrestling this season. Well, he got poked in the eye here, and that's David Taylor. And you talked about it just a few years ago. He was a 112-pounder, and you can tell by his body he's got a lot of muscle to put on, but he's very impressive at this weight class. And again, Derek St. John, you could see him up a couple of weights perhaps in a few years. Long and lanky. Is that going to cause, will that cause David Taylor maybe some problems, the length?
It could because, what's going to happen is you've got to adapt to the bigger style, to the heavier, stronger wrestlers. Cael Sanderson was not really a lightweight, but a smaller guy in high school, and then he ended up winning the Olympic gold at 184.
And speaking of Cael Sanderson, David Taylor has been dominating, reminiscent of his coach, his career, the way that Cael Sanderson dominated.
I got to coach David on the junior world team in 2006. There he is on a patented single leg. He scores right away. Very dominant, and now expect to see him rack up some back points. He's very, very good on top.
And you might say that Derek St. John is suspect on the bottom.
And St. John knows he's got to get away. But, I don't think St. John's is intimidated at all because these two have wrestled before. They've wrestled in freestyle before. I think they've
Splitting. They split matches. Derek St. John won, and then Taylor came back and won. But Taylor's relentless on top. He's a hammer.
Wait on set.
Very good on top. There he goes. He's starting to rack up some points. Nope, didn't get it.
He's picked up bonus points in all but one match this season. His lone victory without bonus points was 9-3, a win over Virginia Tech's Jesse Dong. Wow. No wonder he's the talk of our sport this year.
He's just a motor. He goes and goes and goes, and he wrestles like a lightweight. And he's not a lightweight. He's a middleweight. He's probably going to be, bigger still. His dad's a big man, I think over like 6'5", and as you can see, David's long, and one of the things he knew he needed to do was get stronger, and that's what he did. He took that redshirt year and got stronger, packed on some muscle, and he still wrestles like a lightweight.
He's a redshirt freshman out of St. Paris, Ohio, St. Paris Graham High School, a great program, and talking about national powerhouses.
Yes,
coached by Jeff Jordan.
Yep, Jeff Jordan, brother Jim, both were All-Americans at Wisconsin. I had the opportunity to recruit both of them when I was coaching at Wisconsin. And
Jim Jordan, a two-time NCAA champion at Wisconsin, and now a U.S. congressman out of Ohio, very respected U.S. congressman. And
this is David's position right here. You don't want to roll around like this with David Taylor. He's very good there, very comfortable there.
That's less than a minute left in the first period. The score 2-0, no back points yet. Derek St. John, the redshirt freshman, he wrestled at Iowa City West. Right there, didn't go far to compete collegiately. Iowa City West, program led by a former NCAA champion from Iowa, Mark Ryland, and does a tremendous job there.
David's doing very good at controlling the actions. Got legs in, the leg right in. Now he's got the far arm. There's a series of things he could do there. He's got an arm bar in.
Easy.
And there's an assortment of turns that David can do here. Going to a chicken wing, the official will probably stop that. Not much time left. Probably won't see any back points now with less than 10 seconds now.
Time running down in the first period. 2-0 and lots of riding time build up by David Taylor. Dominant here in the first period.
I'd say that's kind of a small victory for Iowa to not get dominated in that first period. So.
Well, he was dominated, but the score
yes,
certainly doesn't
absolutely.
show.
Not dominate, yes.
Yeah, David Taylor, very impressive. I thought on those shots to get that takedown. It was the third shot that he finally was successful, but they were in a row. Boom,
absolutely.
boom, boom.
David's very good on the mat here. This is exactly where David wants to be. He's very good here. He's got the leg, got the ankle out. Although St. John's doing a good job of repositioning his hips, and David comes right back in.
And gets the one escape, which is huge here because now he's in. But St. John doing a nice job.
He
is.
And again, St. John is really.
Oh, and the far ankle. There's the key.
Absolutely. Controlling the hips.
You get the far ankle, it's over. And David Taylor goes out in front 5-0 now. Over 2 minutes of riding time.
He doesn't stop until he scores. Doesn't stop.
He certainly has not been in trouble yet at all, and putting St. John close to trouble a couple of times, but he has kept away from the back points so far. Derek St. John, ranked number 14, David Taylor, number 3. And Taylor, I mean, he's great.
Wrestles very, very, very controlled. He's very dangerous, and I think St. John is wrestling cautiously because he knows he makes one small mistake, and now the score is going to be, oh, David's letting him go. Confident on his feet, nice shot. In on that ankle, scores.
Nice job by St. John warding off, but there's the 2 points. Great on the edge wrestling by David Taylor.
David Taylor's the real deal here. I mean, he is really, really talented.
And yet, he's still got to wrestle returning All-Americans and those who are in front of him, you know, as far as the number 1 and 2. But I don't think there's any doubt that David Taylor, as you said, is the real deal. He just keeps mowing them down.
Absolutely.
Taking the challenge that comes in front of him and getting major decisions. And right now it's 7-2, riding time. He's out in front 6. And we've still got a full period left.
He just floats those legs in so easily. Can't get away from him.
Iowa's 72 consecutive dual meet unbeaten. It's not 72 consecutive dual meet victories, but it's 72 meets without being beaten.
Going down, red.
Coach Brands is telling his athlete, telling St. John to go down because we need some points. I'm sure St. John's is saying, Coach, I don't know if I want to be down anymore. But Taylor let him go anyway. His timing is so effective, Taylor is. They're bumping heads here. Getting a little physical. What happened there? Bumping heads there.
No, they're not going to take injury time. David Taylor's going to come right back to the center.
You know what, though? In that situation, David is shooting, but you know what? St. John's is just lowering his stance, and they're bumping heads. He's not doing anything wrong. He's lowering his elevation. David comes in for a shot, and they bump heads.
All right, here comes Cale Sanderson. Here comes the Brands. You know, I mean, it's kind of like Iowa State, Iowa. Let's listen. When Iowa comes to town, you know, things get tense.
Nice high crotch by David Taylor.
Nice hips by St. John, but look at how Taylor,
sucks it up. He just gets those hips back underneath him. Now he's trying to step over.
Keeps his head up. What a great job of execution by David Taylor. Always knows where he's at.
Great job there, great job. St. John's is getting off the mat, trying to get a second, a fresh start. David's going for the major for his team. He's going for the major. He hasn't had much success turning him, but he knows he can take him down, so expect to see David let him go again.
Here comes Penn State. Molinaro got the comeback started at 149. We're in our featured match here, that one that everybody's been anticipating. Maybe more for just seeing if David Taylor can major Derek St. John, and he is answering the call.
He is going after the major, and he's going to get it. He is unstoppable on his feet. I am really impressed in how this young man wrestles.
He is a hammer. He's relentless on his feet. We're talking about David Taylor.
He's
the
major
freshman phenom.
And he's not as strong as he's ever going to get. So you add some more muscle on him, and he's just going to even be more dominant.
Derek St. John has been wrestling well of late. He had a disappointing Midlands, but he's come back pretty strong lately, and he'll be knocking on the door to be an All-American. But there, right now, there's a different level between these two.
Absolutely.
40 seconds left in the match, 11-4 with riding time. So there is a major decision for the Penn State wrestler if St. John cannot get off the mat. And when you have your head on the mat and your elbows out, you're not getting up very soon.
You're not getting up very soon. He may get called for stalling here because he's not making any effort to better his position on the bottom.
When you got the legs in, and you got to get perpendicular, and so there does David Taylor.
Not much time left.
A look of anguish on a beaten Derek St. John. A very dominant and workmanlike victory for David Taylor. Now it's 2 in a row for Penn State.
Absolutely great victory.
And in the All-American Wrestling Supply featured match, David Taylor wins 12-4. All-American Wrestling Supply, the official merchandiser for USA Wrestling and the NHSCA, on the web at www.usawrestlingproducts.com. There's your winner, David Taylor, 4 more points. And now the score tightens, 12-7. And number 1, Penn State, is roaring back. We'll be back at Rec Hall for more Big Ten wrestling in just a moment.